Okay, hi everybody. Well, I hope you can hear me. My name is Ray, and I forgot to put a little bit in the comments box. Not quite sure how you get the comments box up on these things, but at the beginning of the week, I set. We talked about mindfulness and photography, and we set some little activities. And what I've been doing over the week is collecting those and collecting the ones that have been sent to me. And what I thought we'd do today was just look back over the week and reflect on it. Sundays I find is a really good day for reflecting. I've had a really good week. I've been back in the studio, been working a lot on my own, which has been really nice. 5 or 6 hours at a time. Cleaned up the studio, tidying up, sorting out all my props and equipment, and that's just been really nice to take that space. And from the comments I've had back from some of the photographs I've been sent, I'm not the only one who's been enjoying myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the 7 activities and show you some of the photographs that have been sent in, and I hope you enjoy them. So let's see if we can do this now. So if I can hold this one up. So this was, there we go. So this was one of the first ones I was sent, and what this activity was looking at was textures. And this was sent in by Kirk, and I thought this was a really good one because it's all fabrics. And the little bit that I did like was this piece of pulled fabric in the middle. I thought that was a really good one. The second one, which was sent in, which was probably, let's just get this one. Not the easiest of things to do, is it? This was probably the favourite one of all of them that was sent in, and this was sent in by Marie, and this was pink roses. And the reason I like this one was that you could actually feel as though you could fall in it. It really looks that soft and velvety. And the shapes inside there, because it's been done close up, it's really gorgeous. And to be fair, I've just printed these off onto paper. And I think that if you were to print this one up onto proper photography paper, I think you would have a gorgeous photograph there. Beautiful. And the third one, this was sent in by Joan, and Joan had been in her garden and photographed the bricks in there, and this is a really good one. And if you like simple photographs that just bring out to, I think this is gorgeous. And if you can see where you can see where the birds have eaten away around the bricks here, and it's all been decaying. It looks like there's a lot of years in those bricks. So that was the first activity. That was all about texture and trying to catch a photograph in the garden that brought that out. The second one, which is a bit close to my heart, having a bit of weight on me, is food. Just love food. This one here, this one was sent in by Lisa. Let's just try and get that one. And it looks quite unusual. And if she hadn't said what it was, it would have taken some work out. But it looks like that what she's done is she's put that she was making a birthday cake and it's flour. And what I'm presuming here is that she's gone. We asked for people to take a different perspective of food items, and it looks like what she's done is actually gone into the flour as close as she can with the camera or the phone and taking the photograph, and you're getting those really nice effects to it. So that's a really, really good one. That one is. I really like that one. Carrying on with the theme of birthday cakes, it seems. This is another one from Kirk. And Kirk has photographed what was left of his birthday cake there. I have to say it looks very tasty. I think he's eaten it all by now. But that does look really, really nice. And it's quite unusual to just capture it at the bottom. Again, it's really good when people don't actually say where the things are. If you're having to look at them and try and work out, they're really good for doing quizzes. These are. And who's this one from? This one's from Jane. And I'm not sure whether it's that way up or it's that way up, but it's bananas. And again, a really unusual shape. And I just like this one. The yellows really pop on the actual photograph itself. Maria's just saying here that she forgot the food challenge until there were only a few cake crumbs left on the plate. I think if it had been in my house, there would only be a few. We had a cake made today and I've eaten most of that already. So that's bananas. Bananas are great for photographing, especially when you've eaten them. Just getting the skins, because you get some really weird shapes to them. So the third exercise we did was we looked at something that was abstract, which you could say that some of these, like the cake and that, is the way you take it. But these were really, really good. This one was from Shirley. And I don't know if you can see that. This was amazing. And I tried to look at the photographs when they came through, because people messaged me or emailed me. And I tried not to look to see what they were, so I could see if I could guess what they were. This is actually the gels that you put plants into, and they hold water. And if you can see, they've got blues and greens in there. Quite incredible. Really, really nice, that one. Another one that I like, this one was sent in by Stephen. And this, he's put that he was looking through some bushes, so he's quite close up to some leaves. And if I pull it away to here, you probably can see it better. I just thought that was really nice. I spent ages looking at this one, looking through it and seeing what you can see. So, and one of the interesting things that from people have messaged me is that nobody said that they use their cameras regular. And I think it just goes to show that if you're doing it on a mobile phone or with a small point and take camera, that you can get some really, really good images. This one's beautiful as well. And then the third one that was sent by Joan, I'll hold that up there. I'll bring it back a little bit, that's probably better. This one was taken in somebody else's garden. It's from Joan, and Joan said she was passing somebody's garden and there were all these rocks and pebbles in the front garden. And so she just stopped for a while and took a photograph of them. And she said, if it hadn't been for somebody else's garden, she would like to stay a bit more. But I think that's a really good one. That one. I think that if there's not many of these that if you actually took them to the printers and got them printed off, they wouldn't look good on your wall. That's excellent, that one is. And the things I like about abstracts is you can start to see shapes in there. I don't know if you can see in this one, just about here, you can start to see a mouth and an eye. So you can start to see shapes coming through, and then over here there's like a sheep's head with an eye. There we go. It's a bit hard to point when you're pointing the photograph. Probably get a pen and draw on it, but that's the magic thing about abstract photographs and photographs which are macro or really taken close up, that you can actually start getting in there and finding shapes and get some surreal things out of them. And also to give you things to kick off, to get more ideas from. When I was looking at this one, I was wondering what it would look like with paint just dripping off each of the bricks and then the colours mixing in the middle. I wrote down that I must go out and get some of these type of bricks and have a go at that. I love the colours of the white as well. As I say, these have been printed onto paper, and so they've not come out as well as what they would have done if they'd have been on photography paper. The fourth activity that I gave everybody was for shadows, to either get shadows in the house or in the garden. And this one's been sent in by Lucy. I don't know if you can see that. It's just really good. What she's got is she's got the shape of a Buddha's head in a garden, coming onto a wall. That's amazing, that is. She apologised for it being blurred, but I think the important thing about here is not to be judgmental about the photographs. The idea isn't going out there and getting something technically really good. It's going out there and just getting some time to spend with yourself and to play and come up with stuff like this. I think that's really good. If I'd have gone outside and found this and done it, I'd be really pleased with it. It's excellent. Now this one, if you've got a phobia about spiders, turn away. I know Kimberly's not watching at the moment, but there's quite a few people that have said that they're going to come on and have a look at the video later on. And this is one of Kimberly's photographs, and we asked for shadows, and this was Kimberly's. And I looked at first and I could see the spider here, and I thought, well, perhaps she's on about the shadows under the handle or something. But then I realised the actual spider is actually in the spider's web, and this here is the shadow of the spider. I thought that was really good. I mean, she must have been sat there looking for that and for it to come out. I think that's a really good one. Unless you've got a fear of spiders, of course, and then not so much fun there. I remember once putting a photograph of somebody with a snake up on Facebook, and the one woman actually took me off as a friend because she couldn't cope with snakes. This one here, this one is from Joan again, and Joan here has photographed bushes falling onto the pavement, and that's really good as well because you can actually see that they are bushes. You know, I really like this one as well. Yeah, Kirk's just said the spider shadow photo is really good. Yeah, I really like that one as well. The fifth one was around opposites, and I'm going to do these ones in a different order than I've actually put them in. This one was quite interesting. It's liquid and solids. It's really good. Beats the hot and cold tap water that I came up with. This one, light and dark. And this one's from Rachel. And Rachel's photoed a Buddha head, and she's got the dark background behind it. And I quite like that one as well. It's really good. I always think images of Buddha are really good, especially when they come out. And this one was from Lisa again, and Lisa said that she really enjoyed doing the activities over the week, and she also enjoyed going and finding out a little camera and getting it out and starting again. But this one's quite interesting, and I don't know if you can see it, but When I looked at it, what do you think are the opposites on this? I automatically went for the black plug and the white plug being opposite colours, and light and dark. But actually the photograph's about being on and off. She put the plugs are on and off. And I thought that was really good, because I automatically went for the biggest thing in the photograph. And then when I went back in and looked, I noticed that the one switch is on and the white switch is off. It's just very clever to get two opposites in one photograph. And it just goes to show how easy these things are to find around the house. So the next one, didn't get many photographs in on this one, which is this one was about self-portraits, or getting a photograph that you actually connect with. And when I've done these ones before, these are the ones that people don't normally send into. They don't like looking at themselves in death or getting involved in that. And when they do it, then it makes them think about different things, about why they picked that picture and stuff. And so you don't get many. But this one was sent in by Maria. I thought this was lovely. This one here. She's got a cat there and everything. And I thought that was a beautiful one. That's what she connects with. And I like this one because it's got loads of colours in. And I like the rainbow colours in there and stuff like that. And I particularly like the cat. I'm a bit of a thing for cats. I love cats. I think they've got lovely characters and stuff. But that was really nice. And then the other one was sent in by my wife, and she likes her pets and her animals. And this is our cat. This is Fred, and she photographed Fred after he'd been playing with his rainbow ball, and then just decided to roll over in the sun. I think that's one of the fun things about cats. They've got great characters. And I also think for mindfulness and focusing yourself and being still, pets are probably one of the biggest thing. I mean, they reckon that if you sit and stroke a cat or stroke a dog, it's automatically calming. And that's why I suppose you get lots of these people doing it with dogs and horses and taking them into care homes and stuff, or stuff like that. Going for a walk with the dog, it focuses on stuff. I really like that one. Activity 7, which was all the rainbows. I only put that one on this morning, so I haven't had anything come in on that one yet. So you're going to keep going on to the Scraggy Moo pages or the Casting Rainbows to have a look at those yourself. And while you're on there, don't forget to donate. Try and raise as much money as we can for rainbows, and I'm sure you'll find a lot of rainbows on the page in one form or another. I just wanted to say that for anybody who wants to improve their well-being, I would encourage you to do this, right? And I've wrote these down for you, so I hope you can see them. We can hold it here. I would encourage you to take time for yourself. I would encourage you to schedule the time so that you know you're going to do it. I would encourage you to find a space and be still. Breathe. Listen to what's going on around you and become aware of your surroundings, and focus on something you enjoy doing. And whether that is getting your phone out and setting yourself some little tasks, or whether it's just taking a cup of tea outside, or a book, or just going for a walk in the park and sitting in the park and watching everything that's going on. The more you practice being still, the more your life will become calmer. And the more it becomes calmer, the more better you feel yourself. I did find a quote out for you, and this is from Jean Kabat-Zinn, who said, "The best way to capture moments is to pay attention." And this is how we cultivate mindfulness. Mindfulness means being awake. It means knowing what you're doing. And that means that you're not thinking about what happened yesterday. You're not thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow. You're actually sitting down and just thinking about what's happening now and concentrating on that. I want to say thank you to everybody who sent photographs in. I've really enjoyed doing this week. I've really enjoyed turning in and watching the videos that people have done and what they've said about mindfulness and well-being. There's been some really, really interesting ones, and I've certainly made some new friends. And I suppose the last thing I want to say is a big thank you to Kirk and to Marie for inviting me and for doing this. It's been a great festival, and look forward to next year. So thank you.